Okay, so here is one method for solving a quadratic where a is not equal to 1. Okay, so here's our quadratic equation. Now remember, the form is a times x squared minus b and then c. So this is ax squared plus b plus x plus c. Okay, so a, b, c, when we're using the quadratic formula. So we're going to try and solve this equation. So first thing, we need to make it equal to 0, so we can solve that. And you can see that a here is not 1. So it makes it a little bit more complicated to solve. So here's what we're going to do. This is the method we used before. There are other methods. Okay, so remember we need a product we multiply and a sum where we add. The sum's easy. The sum is minus 11. Now, because a is not equal to 1, what we do is we multiply a and c. So we're going to do ac. Okay, so 3 times 6, that means that's going to be 18, and that's our product. So now we do the same thing we did before, find two numbers that add up to minus 11, but multiply to give us positive 18. So I can do minus 2 and minus 9. Minus negative 2 times negative 9, positive 18. Add them together, negative 11. Right. So now what I do, I put them into brackets. X minus 2, x minus 9. Then what I have to do, I then divide them by a. So here a is 3. So I'm going to divide by 3 and divide by 3. Now I'm going to simplify. So that means I've got x minus 2/3. And I've got x minus 3. 9 divided by 3. Okay. Now I've got a fraction. No one likes fractions. So what we'll do is we'll multiply this bracket by 3 because that's the denominator of the fraction. So I get 3x minus 2. Remember, 3 times x and 3 times 2/3. And the other one is just x minus 3. Okay, and this makes 3x squared minus 11x plus 6. So now to solve it, remember, what do? We just reverse the signs. Okay, so these are both negatives. So that means that this one's x minus 3. That means that x must be positive 3. And 3 lots of x take away 2 is 0. So that means it must be 2 divided by 3. Okay, because 3x is equal to 2. 1x is 2 divided by 3. Right. We do one more example. Okay, we follow exactly the same process. So 5x squared plus 3x minus 2. Make it equal to 0 so we can solve it. Okay, I'll draw the cross again. Okay, product on the top, sum on the bottom. The sum is just 3, b like it always is. The top, remember we said we would multiply a and c. So my product is negative 10. Two numbers that make negative 10 add up to 3. I'm going to make that 5 and negative 2. 5 times negative 2, negative 10. 5 plus negative 2 plus 3. Right. Now we put it in our brackets. X plus 5 because it's a positive number. X minus 2 because it's a negative number. Divide it by a, which this time is 5. Okay, then we're going to simplify. So I've got x plus 5 divided by 5, that's 1. And x minus 2 over 5, that's a fraction. Remember we said we don't like fractions. So I'm going to multiply by 5 to get rid of my fraction. Just this bracket. So I've got x plus 1, that's okay. 5 times x is 5x minus 2, because that's 5 times 2/5. Now I've got x times 5x, that's 5x squared. This will make 5x squared plus 3x minus 2. Now find the solution that makes this equal to 0. So what plus 1 is 0? Well, that has to be negative 1. 5 lots of x take away 2 is 0. So 5 lots of x must be 2. So 1 lot of x is 2 divided by 5. Okay, so remember just those extra steps. Okay, so multiply a by c. Okay, then we have to divide the brackets by a, and then multiply out the fraction. Okay, this is one method. There are others as well. I just thought this was the simplest one for you to remember.